All right, GreatStockPicks.com members, it's the watch list for Thursday, April 26th. Great teamwork in chat today. First, I'm going to give a hats off to Jane. That was just a great call on CBI on that red to green this morning. And again, I like the fact that during lunch we're starting to go over some members' calls that other members are, saying, hey, this person posted this and I made money from it, and then I get to project it and kind of go over why the setup made sense and why it worked and so on. So it's kind of adding some midday during the lunchtime period education to it, and highlighting the teamwork and also helping you guys decide who else to add to your hot script list. So you can add to the people you follow and make sure that you add a audible alert. If you don't know how to do that, email me tomorrow. But you always want to add an audible alert to your hot script list, so then anyone that you're following in the chat room posts an idea, you'll get an audible alert, and make sure you set up that separate window for those people on your hot script list too, so they're separated from the rest of the chat. It's pretty cool. And I think most of you take advantage of that, but if you don't, shoot me an email. All right, so anyway, nice little bounce. If you remember this morning, I talked about the SPY when it was 15 minutes in. I said the fact that it's taking out yesterday's low after that big sell-off yesterday and getting close to 200-day, I'm actually expecting a bounce down here. I was hoping for a 200-day touch. It didn't quite get there, but certainly a nice bounce from there. So we basically pegged the low in the SPY there with that idea. And who knows? We're still in a range. We're still like in the lower half of this range from here to here. I don't give a lot of weight to one day in this market. It's a total chop fest, but great teamwork finding out the good stuff. UAVS this morning, for those of you that weren't in chat today, we had our classic red to green right through a whole number. I love the fact that it hit this whole number at the open, and a lot of us got involved right about there before it broke. And again, I made almost a quick $700 in about 1 minute. So that was nice if you weren't there for a gap play. Again, I don't look at this and say, hey, this gap play was amazing, because it ended up closing weak, as many gap plays are right now. But if you trade them like we teach, there's still money to be made, right? Bear with me a second here. There's the little chart I put together, showing the trade setup and look at that volume that came in as it was breaking up here too. So nice trade. All right. And then real quick, even though I did it at lunchtime today in chat, I'm going to show you the CBI setup. Jane called it on a red to green after that opening 2-minute candle, and really nice pop there too. So anyway, what are we watching tomorrow? NVIDIA. And if you remember in chat, when this was actually a solid red candle, I said I'm putting NVIDIA in my notes, and I'd love to see it go down another day and kind of get to this area right where it would, recent low coinciding with the 200-day. Unfortunately, like a lot of the market, it looked like this when I mentioned that. I said, hey, I'm not trading NVIDIA right now, but I'm putting it in my notes. Hope we get a bounce off the 200-day, hopefully it closes down there today. Anyway, big bounce in it. So I still want to watch it tomorrow for a continuation of the bounce. The fact that it's fallen this far to take out these recent lows, you got to really, that's often, and you hear me talk about it in chat all the time, when you've come a long way to take out a recent low on the chart, a lot of people think, oh, now it's breaking support, it's a short. More often than not, it's going to be a bounce back, a long down here below this low. And you can see right there, you've got, the kind of bottoming tail there. So I want to watch it tomorrow and see if it gives any kind of long setup. It's kind of a trickier trader though. Box. We had Box on watch today because it had this inside day. Well, now we've got another down day on even lower volume. I like it even more now for a potential bounce tomorrow. PII, couple ugly days down. It's got decent support in the 105 area, but when I say 105 area, I mean this spike back here was down to 102.20, and some consolidation back here too. So, just yesterday it was 120 bucks, so it's lost 15 bucks in 2 sessions. Pretty good candidate for a snapback bounce. HEAR, we've been watching this one a lot lately, and it had a nice little pop here in the afternoon and actually closed pretty strong. So a good candidate to watch. It's it held the 8-day moving average, so we'll see if that can get going tomorrow. MARA. We had this one on watch today. No trades in it, no calls in it, but an inside day, so it's kind of interesting. If I had to pick a price, I like it over today's high, which would be 186. knowing that 195 breaks yesterday's high, and then maybe a quick run to 2 and maybe through that. So that is absolutely directly tied to Bitcoin, though. So if Bitcoin is green tomorrow, then your Mara, DPW both look a lot better. RESN, very nice volume today for this stock. It's kind of up at the top of a range, but it closed pretty strong. I want to watch that one tomorrow. ATOS. This is a weird chart, and it's kind of ugly, but you had the recent reverse split, and sometimes traders, as goofy as we are, because we're all, we're traders, the goofy thing that traders do sometimes is navigate to a recent reverse split. As dumb as that sounds, sometimes it works. So, and I think actually, well, I'll talk about check in a minute. Let's go to 15-minute candles here. And you see this huge move it had here on an intraday basis. That was yesterday. Then today it actually kind of ripped to new highs for a little bit before just chopping sideways the rest of the day. That's enough action between this and then this little pop here, and it's holding up okay. It's enough action to justify watching it tomorrow. But when I switch back to the daily chart, this certainly isn't very pretty. So it's one of those that we'll have on a chart. And if one of us hopefully spots a decent setup tomorrow, or you see volume coming in, make sure that you post it, right? DARE. This gave a great red to green about 2 minutes in this morning, but I was busy trading UAVS, so I missed it. But you know what? It closed pretty strong and has great volume today. See if we get a red to green or something like that. And tomorrow, speaking of check a little bit ago, I'm going to watch this one. It topped out today at 1978 and went all the way down to 1230 on an intraday basis. That's a huge drop. Having said that, is it enough? Who knows, right? Because it's just run from 4 to almost 20 in a 2.5 sessions on what I so far can tell is no news. So it's not like I'm saying, hey, now it's a bargain. But I am saying, hey, let's keep a close eye on this one and look for a proper setup. I'd like to see it come in another day. But that's another example of, see right here, you see the 625 or 7503. That's a reverse split. That was, what, a few weeks ago? And I honestly think that might be the only reason it ran. But as a trader, I don't really care. They don't ask you at the bank, well, how did you get this money? Was it from a recent reverse split? That doesn't count, right? Money's money. So we'll have it on a chart. And as I talked about in chat today, we will only take these on a proper setup with catalysts above and all that good stuff, just like we teach, all right? LEDS, kind of had an indecision candle today, gapped up, took off, reversed, and then ended up closing it right about where it opened, so I definitely want to watch it tomorrow. I like the volume the last couple of days. A couple more, TZOO, TZOO, nice breakout today. Now, I want to point out to you that this massive volume spike, right, it looks huge, and then you look at the number, it's 1.4 million. That tells you how thin this stock is, all right? Some totals from the last few days, 40,000, 29,000, 17,000. So, I have a feeling this is going to be stupid spready and probably not tradable, but maybe it catches some attention and it gives us setup tomorrow. I'm doubtful on that one. And then IPI had a really nice volume day and closed pretty strong. So we'll see if we can get a follow-through day in that tomorrow. As always, we'll work together in the chat and add some potential gap plays. And we'll see everybody tomorrow in chat. Have a great night.